Yo, it's L. Welcome to The Outer Gamer, a fun, comedic look at gaming news and stories. Today, we're going to talk about Starfield again. So, keep in mind, at the time of recording, when I upload this video, the game hasn't come out yet. I'm pretty sure there was like a pre-release or something. I know like other people, obviously reviewers and stuff, got an early copy. So people are playing it, and there's a bit of controversy. So this being a Bethesda game, you might think, oh, maybe the issue is with the bugs and glitches. And from everything I've seen and heard, this game ranges from good to great. But it seems to be the least buggiest Bethesda game. But that's not really saying a whole lot, is it? It's like, oh, you're the least buggiest, but you're a Bethesda game, so there's still going to be bugs and glitches. Fun fact, Fallout 76 is so full of bugs that if you spray the game disc with insecticide, it will catch fire. Like, all Fallout 76 really just had to be was Fallout 4 in a new map. Probably didn't even really need like an overarching storyline or anything if you just had fun side missions and faction quests, but sometimes Bethesda's thinking is just as buggy as their games. So yeah, it's not the glitches or anything. There are some minor things I heard about the game that I might not like you have to, say, defeat X amount of enemies to level up a skill or whatever, or use this weapon X amount of times. Not really a big fan of that. I prefer just the old-fashioned, you level up by gaining X amount of experience. I mean, it's old-fashioned, but it works. Apparently, this game works too. Like I said earlier, it seems to be good to great. So none of that really seems to be the issue. It's not even apparently the long loading screens. The issue is pronouns. So apparently if I just say the word pronouns, it will upset a lot of people. So people are upset that you can pick your character's pronouns. So I have some unspoken rules on this channel. One being, don't say anything about another YouTuber unless it's something positive or I'm using them as an example. Keep it positive, or at the very least, keep the comment neutral. Another is no politics. So as a warning, if you think discussing the gay community, pronouns, or anything like that is political, you are not intelligent enough to be treated as an adult, and if you continue to watch the video, you'll just further upset yourself. So now that the political people are gone, let's have some fun. So I'm what you call a straight man who likes women. Not to upset anybody, just to give you some context. See, I have some friends who like the same gender, who like the opposite gender, who don't really care about gender, which, when you think about it, it's great. You go to a bar, and instead of staying to one gender, you just increased your chances of having fun that night by a lot. Like, I've hung out with trans people before, I've hung out with gay people, straight people, obviously, and honestly, at the end of the day, if you're cool, let's hang out, and if you're not cool, well, just go be yourself away from me. Like, if more people adopted that mentality, the world would be in a better place. So Starfield is a fictional game, and I'm assuming it takes place sometime in the future where mankind is living in space. Now, the only way we're ever going to see something like that as a species is if we stick together and stop discriminating people based on their lifestyle when it doesn't affect you. Like, it doesn't. If you hate gay people, like the gay community, gay people's lifestyles, trans people, like, it doesn't affect you at all. It really doesn't. Like, if you think something should be done about gay or trans people, then it's just a matter of time until the people peddling that mentality come for your group. See, I met this really cool guy in college, which sounds like the setup for a gay story, but over the years, he's sort of done a 180. Now he hates gay people, among a long list of other people. But it's like he's never had a bad interaction with a gay person or a trans person. I feel like all the people who hate them have never had a bad interaction with a gay or trans person. Because it's like you actively avoid those people. So you're not going to come in contact with them. And another thing too, like all the intelligent people I've ever met have never discriminated anyone on the basis of their income, skin color, political beliefs. Nothing aside from those people's own actions. Which, like, when you think about it, historically speaking, all the worst people are straight, so figure that one out, you little mathematicians. But people like playing role-playing games, and people like seeing themselves in their games. No one complains when in the Elder Scrolls you can play as a cat person, you can be an orc in D&D. If you're a dude playing like a Tomb Raider game, you're playing as a woman. No one says anything about that. Like in wrestling games, if you just want to make the Hulk, you just make a bulky, muscular dude and you just change his skin color to green. Like if you want to see yourself in a game, then everybody should have that right. Like, it would suck if I couldn't make somebody who had like tan skin and like black hair in a game. Could you imagine like growing up as a black person and being told like, oh, nobody wants to see black people in video games? Like it's just crazy. Like gay people make up what, 10% of the population? I imagine a little bit less than that is probably trans, but clearly gay people, trans people exist. Like who cares if they're represented in video games? Like that should be a good thing. It should be a good thing that we acknowledge and we like assimilate other groups of people into like the greater populace, because if they can be discriminated against for something as trivial as who they like to kiss, then you know what's stopping someone from discriminating you because of your eye color or your height or just something stupid? Like, grow up. Like, it's fiction. At the end of the day, this is a video game in space. Has anyone here been to space? I haven't. You haven't. Nobody watching this will ever be in space unless this is the future where Starfield is real life. Then, I don't know. Hopefully it's not as buggy and glitchy. But if you're gay or trans, like, it's hard enough for you to get good representation in real life. And you want to deny fantasy to them? You want to deny, like, a fictional video game setting to them? Like, what a small person you have to be. Like, the people who do that are the same people who put balls in their pickup trucks. And they're not smart enough to realize you just assigned a gender to your truck. You just gave it body parts and a gender that it didn't have when it was first born or created, you know what I mean? So at the end of the day, from everything I've seen and heard about this game, it looks like at least it's a good game. At best, it's a great game. So if this whole pronoun thing upsets you and you're not going to buy it, you're missing out on a good game. And if this whole pronoun thing upsets you and gay people, trans people, they upset you and all this nonsense, like, there's no cure for that kind of stupidity. Like, you're just going to be miserable. And I don't know. Maybe you could like read some books, read a dictionary, travel, do something, improve yourself, mature a little bit. But I might just buy this game. Not on the basis of the quality of the game, which, by the way, if this whole pronoun thing is like the only or the biggest negative about the game, then that's a pretty good indicator that this is a great game. At most, at least a good game. So I might just buy it because Bethesda is being inclusive to people who are being discriminated against for no reason, and historically have been discriminated against for a long time. So, good move, Bethesda. I can't believe I just said good move, Bethesda. Wow. You guys were slipping for a bit. Looks like, you know, you got your footing. Maybe at a Microsoft, they sort of put them, like nudged them in the right direction. But yeah, it's interesting to see where this goes. It's fun laughing at people getting mad over this. Like, I'm not going to post any of the videos here. Look it up. It's hilarious. These people get so mad. It's great. But yeah, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.